We were really on the front lines here of the U.S. Navy's fight against the Houthis, who, as you know, have been launching relentless missiles and drones out of Yemen, targeting commercial ships in the Red Sea, targeting U.S. and coalition forces who are also in the Red Sea to try to protect that shipping lane. It's really hard to overstate just how intense and frenetic the pace is on board the USS Eisenhower, which is the aircraft carrier that is given the jets, flying jets over the skies at a constant rate, up to 50 fighter jets per day taking off from this aircraft carrier to patrol the skies over the Red Sea and, of course, to strike targets inside Yemen when necessary. Now, we also had the chance to go on board a U.S. destroyer called the USS Gravely, which has been, again, on the front lines, kind of the tip of the spear of the attacks against the Houthis, intercepting missiles and drones on a regular basis as they are launched from inside Yemen. Here's just a quick look at what the crew on board this destroyer has to deal with when they detect a missile and respond.
All stations air, new track, 80306. ISS is anti-ship cruise missile inbound Gravely.
Kill track 80306 with missiles, business green.
Break, MSS, kill track 80306.
MSSI, missiles away, 80306.
Splash track 80306.
Now, the radars on that warship, they can quickly detect an incoming missile, and the crew on board that ship, they really only have a matter of seconds to respond by shooting a missile of their own. There's a very sophisticated set of missile systems on board the USS Gravely, but sometimes those systems don't work, and we actually saw one of the last lines of defense that the Gravely was forced to use just a few weeks ago, called the phalanx system, when one of the Houthi missiles that was coming inbound towards that very ship, that destroyer, managed to fall through some of the cracks. Ultimately, they were able to shoot it down, but it was a very close call.
First of all, it's amazing that you're there, and I can't wait to see more of your reporting, Natasha. One of the big questions is how long can, U.S. forces sustain this as they keep taking incoming? Did you get a sense of that?
Well, it is a very high tempo of operations. As I said, these jets have been taking off at a frenetic pace, really hour by hour on this ship. And these sailors, they have not gotten a break. They have been out there for months and months without a port call, without being able to go to port and get on land, and without a break, really. But we spoke to the commander of Carrier Strike Group 2, which is in charge of this Eisenhower aircraft carrier, and he said that the U.S. is going to stay there and complete this mission and be there, really, for as long as it takes to defeat the Houthis. Here's what he said.
The sustainability, we can go for a long time. We've got our logistics train already mapped out to stay here as long as the president needs us to stay here.
Now, the Houthis have said for their part that they're not going to stop, and the U.S. doesn't have a great idea of just how much of their capabilities remain. So it remains to be seen just how long the U.S. is going to be stationed there. It could be a very long time.